Hey golfers, are you tired of those frustrating rounds where you just can't break 90? What if I told you it's not about a perfect swing, it's about smart strategies that drop strokes fast? In this video, I'm sharing my top 10 actionable tips to break 90 more consistently. From nailing your pre-shot routine, to dodging those blow-up holes, and mastering short putts. Stick around. These game changers could shave 5 to 10 strokes off your score today.
One tip to consistently break 90 more consistently actually happens before your round, and it's making sure that you select the right tees. The club I play at here in Tampa, Florida, we have ones, which is the tips. We have twos, threes, fours, and fives. So how do you know what tee you should play? Well, first of all, let me just set you free that you don't have to give into that peer pressure. I have a buddy that he always plays from the tips. So I show up to the course, my game's not good enough to play from the tips consistently. So I actually play from the twos, and I'm confident, hey, I don't need to go all the way to the back tees. This isn't some macho man contest. I've tried that before and I shot really high. So I play the twos. Now the main guy that I golf with, his name's Myron Golden. Some of y'all probably seen him. He's got like 1 million YouTube subscribers. He's 64 years old and he has only one good leg. So he goes all the way up there to that tee box and he plays the fours, and he shouldn't be ashamed about it. Number one, he's in his 60s, and number two, he only has one good leg. Beyond that, there's what we call the ladies' tees, which would be number 5 out here. And if you're a female, you're a junior, by all means, play the most front tees. Select the tees, which is probably more forward than you're currently playing, and just be happy that you're out on the golf course, and don't let pride and arrogance try to get you to go all the way back there. We're not Scotty Scheffler, we're not Tiger Woods, we're not Rory McIlroy. Let's scoot up a little bit and enjoy the round. Okay, one way to consistently break 90 is to develop your pre-shot routine and then do it on every single shot the same. That way when you're nervous on the first tee, or if you're playing a match with your buddies and it's coming down the wire, you just do your same pre-shot routine and it takes a lot of the nerves away. My pre-shot routine is I take a practice swing at about 80%. I walk behind my ball and I line up my target. I'm gonna aim, there's a big tree out there in the fairway. I'm aiming the right side of that tree. So I've selected my target. I walk up to the ball. I take a little wiggle, little exhale breath. Let's go. That's right where I was aiming. Come on, somebody. One tip to break 90 more consistently is have what I would call a fairway finder, or have a club off the tee that you feel most confident you can hit in the fairway. What I'm gonna do, instead of hitting driver here, which very likely would go in the hazard right or left of the tee, I'm gonna hit a 4-iron and try to just put it out into play. Because I naturally hit a draw, I'm gonna kind of aim on the left side of the tee box a little bit here. We'll see if we can find the fairway with my 4-iron. All right, that is a nice draw down the middle, into the fairway. My $5 Pro V1 is not in the woods, which I have done before on this hole by trying to hit a driver and go for it in 2 and be like Bryson DeChambeau. That 4-iron, I felt the most comfortable hitting it in the fairway, and I'm in the fairway. So if you want to break 90 more consistently, find that club for you, whether it's a 4-iron, whether it's your hybrid, it could even be a 5-iron, but you just don't want to hit it where you have a penalty shot, especially if it's a white stake out of bounds. That's going to make your score go high. So if you want to break 90, find your fairway finder and stick to it on these tight holes. If you want to break 90 more consistently, one of the things we can do is to 100% commit to every shot. This is 150 yards, and so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit about an 80% pitching wedge. My mindset is I'm going to swing at about 80%. I'm going to aim to the middle of the green, and then I'm just going to execute that shot. So let's see if I can do it. What a lot of high handicap golfers do is they get up to the ball, and then as they're standing here, they're thinking, am I gonna hit a fade here? Am I gonna swing hard? What am I gonna do? You should already determine that before you start your pre-shot routine. I know I'm aiming at the middle of the green with about an 80% swing here. As I'm doing my pre-shot routine, I'm just 100% committed to hitting this ball to the middle of the green and swinging at about 80%. Let's go. That's headed right at the middle of the green. And I swung the way I wanted to, and I literally got the result. That ball is maybe a little bit left of the middle of the green, but it's about as middle of the green as you could want. I given myself a chance to go 2-putt and get the par. But again, a lot of high handicappers, they get up to the ball, and then they start thinking, what am I gonna do here? Way too late. If you don't know before you start your pre-shot routine, don't start your pre-shot routine, or go ahead and restart your pre-shot routine and 100% commit as you're going through your pre-shot routine that you know the shot you're about to hit, how hard you're gonna swing, where you're gonna aim, what club you're gonna hit, all that stuff. 150 yards,
right.
Walk us through, are you 100% committing to, and what are you thinking here before the shot?
All right, well, I'm not quite as macho as you. I got a full 9-iron here. I kind of think of it like I have two different roles or two different jobs, right? So there's the golfer behind the golf ball that does all the thinking, and then there's the one who executes and actually does it. So when I'm behind the ball, I'm completely thinking about everything that I need to be doing, deciding the shot type I want to hit. I want to hit a fade. Once I'm stepping into the ball, I'm already decided I'm not doing any more thinking. It's all action.
So you just made your decision you're going to try to hit a fade in here.
Right. Needs the fade.
Headed over there by mine.
Goodness gracious.
Lots of wind up there. Okay, one simple tip to help you break 90 more consistently is making sure every time you hit the ball, your club face is clean so that you can hit it with the best impact. So if I hit it here, it's not gonna go as far because it's all muddy from my previous shot. And I just wipe it off. But you see how better contact that's gonna make when my club face is squeaky clean? And I even like, if I hit a practice swing before and I take a divot or whatever, I'll wipe it off one more time before I hit. You always wanna have the best advantage you can, and having the golf ball hit a nice clean club face, it's common sense, but trust me, I've seen golfers have their club face be dirty, especially with their wedges. That's gonna affect the shot. Okay, one tip to break 90 more consistently is on your approach shots, don't aim at the sucker pins, but aim for the center of the green. So I have about 136 yards here, and the pin is on the front left. And if you've ever played here at Tampa Palms before, there's a nasty hill left of the green and a grass bunker with this gnarly grass, and you can get some really bad lies in there. So if I aim at the pin and I'm short, I could be in a bunker or the grass bunker, which is not good. So I'm gonna take extra club and I'm actually gonna aim at the middle of the green, and from there I can get an effortless par. So don't aim at the sucker pins. Most of the pros don't actually aim at the pin every time, and I'm clubbing up a little bit. 136, I'm gonna hit a gap wedge here, kind of try to hit it about 138, 139, try to make it on the middle of the green. Okay, I pulled that little bit, but it's going right at the pin. Oh my goodness, did you get that?
Yeah.
That thing looks like a tap-in birdie. I was not aimed at the pin there though. I was aimed at the center of the green, pulled it a little bit, and I hit a little fat. The result was amazing. If I would have aimed at that sucker pin, the way I pulled it and the way I chunked it a little bit, I would have for sure been in the grass bunker. So I got away with it there by aiming at the center of the green. Even though I mishit it a little bit, I got a birdie putt. Look where my pitch mark is, right there. Almost slam dunked that thing. I got a tap in birdie, but again, I was aimed at the center of the green. I hit a little fat and I pulled it a little bit and it landed there. If I would have aimed at that pin there and I would have pulled it and hit it fat, I would be down in that grass bunker. Now I can't guarantee these results, that you're always gonna get birdie when you aim at the center of the green. But right there, I walked away with an effortless birdie. Let's go. This is by far the most important tip in this video, probably on my channel. If you want to shave your strokes fast, it's learning how to make these 5-6 footers more consistently. So as we're out golfing, we're gonna have these style putts or these length of putts all day long. Sometimes they'll be for birdie, par, bogey, double. It doesn't matter. If we start making these 6 footers more consistently and in, it's gonna lower our scores. This is a great drill to do out on the practice green, and Ray and I are gonna have a little competition here, but you start at a ball, and then when you make it, you go to the next one, and we're gonna go all the way around, and each of these are calculated as 6 feet. What I like to do when I'm hitting a 6-footer is right before I hit my stroke, I exhale, and it's kind of like shooting a free throw in basketball. This is a makeable shot, but my nerves can make me tense up, so that's why I like to exhale right before I putt it. So I missed it, so I'm gonna restart over, right, Ray? All right, so I made it from here, so I go over to this one. Let's go. I'm telling you, as we're out playing, this is what makes your score lower, is practicing these 6 footers. Let's go. Final. Let's go. All right, Ray, you want to give it a shot? Sure. Good start. We have guys behind us, so I don't want them to get mad at us. But that's the drill. One tip to break 90 more consistently, and really at any skill set is get better at golf, is eliminating those 3 putts. We're gonna have a little game here between Ray and I from about 40 feet and see if either of us can get a 2-putt here. I wanna show you my pre-shot routine of what I'm gonna do to try to make sure I get a 2-putt on this very difficult putt. And the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stand behind it and I'm gonna take a look at 2 things. Number 1, is it uphill or downhill? And then number 2, which way is it breaking? Up here, elevation wise, is a lot higher than the water down there. That tells me the ball is gonna break that way. This is a lot higher than down there, so I automatically know, and it's common sense by looking at it, this ball is gonna break left to right. Next, I'm gonna walk the putt and I'm just gonna get a feel for it. And I see there's a big hill right here. So once the ball kind of gets on this hill, it's gonna push it down to the hole. Mentally, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be downhill a lot. I'm picking out a target somewhere out in probably about right here. I'm gonna put it out there and I gotta really focus on my pace here. My goal is to try to get it inside like a 3-foot circle around the pin. That should be good enough for me to make it. So let's have a little game here between me and Ray. If either of us can get a 2-putt here, I'll go first and give you the line, give you an advantage. Down that hill. And I missed it on the low side and I hit it too hard. So now I got a 6-footer that I've already practiced coming back up. We'll see if I can get my 2-putt. You have a little advantage because I showed you the line. Still a very difficult putt.
So I try and visualize the ball actually rolling to the hole. I mean, everyone's played golf before, had putts similar in the past. You can kind of imagine close to what it's going to do.
All right, he's got a good line. Look at it trickling down there. So we both missed it on the low side. I was long, you were short. We each have a pretty difficult par putt. Let's see. Eliminating 3 putts is very difficult. Let's see if he can make it. Let's go. Wow. Let's go. I'm gonna have to watch my own video back, how to eliminate 3 putts.
Well, this one kind of coincides with the other tip of having practiced your short putts.
So Ray was clutch there and got the 2-putt from 40 feet. I'm gonna play this kind of straight up the hill. It's uphill, so I gotta really make sure that I hit it hard enough to get it up the hill. Let's go, baby. Come on, somebody. Those were difficult putts. Really nicely done. If you wanna get under 90 more consistently, we need to stop the blow-up holes. I'm on a par 4 here. A lot of people will get a 7, 8, 9, 10 on this hole because they don't play smart. I'm actually gonna hit a 6-iron off the tee here. I'm fine with a bogey on this hole. If you wanna break 90, bogeys are okay. Instead of hitting a driver out there where there's water to the left, there's hazard to the right, my fairway finder, I actually got a 5-iron. I thought I pulled a 6, but I got a 5. Oh well. My fairway finder is a 5 or 6-iron, which is a lot more consistently gonna find the fairway than my driver, so I'm hitting it off the tee here. Let's go. So that's right down the middle, and it's in the fairway. So we're gonna play this whole hole and try to avoid the blow-up hole, but the problem most mid to high handicap golfers have is they just yank out the driver. Even when there's trouble left, there's trouble right off this tee. I took the conservative move and hit what I'm more comfortable finding the fairway. We're gonna go up to probably the toughest approach shot on this golf course and see if we can navigate getting a bogey or less and avoiding the blow-up hole by proper course management for the next shot. We're talking about avoiding blow-up holes here. So I started with my fairway finder, which thankfully found the fairway, my 5-iron. If I would have hit driver, it would have brought water into play and the hazard over there into play because my shot dispersion with my driver is a lot worse than my 5-iron. So how do we avoid the blow-up hole? I'm 167 yards and in, and there's alligator infested water to my left. I'm going to aim a little bit on the right side of the green, and I'm okay with missing it right and short because that's out of the hazard. So I'm literally not even aimed at the center of the green on this hole. I'm aimed at the right side of that right fringe, and I'm completely fine with missing the green here right and short, chipping it on, two putting, and getting my bogey. Okay, I yanked that real bad, but it's gonna be dry. So it's in the bunker. I'm not Scotty Scheffler, I'm not Tiger Woods, I'm Paul Jamison. That was a bad shot. But because I was aimed right of the green and I yanked it left, current situation is I'm chipping for birdie out of the bunker. If I would have been aimed at the pin there and I would have hit that shot, a yank to the left, that would have been in the water for sure. Avoiding the blow up hole, I had the discipline to aim the smart spot, the safe landing zone. I hit a horrible shot, but we can still get a bogey on this hole. I can chip it out of the bunker, two putt, still get a bogey and avoid the blow up hole. Let's go see if we can do that. I'm gonna go ahead while I'm hitting this shot and share how to properly hit a bunker shot, because that's something a lot of mid to high handicappers don't do the right technique on. You wanna actually stand like you're hitting a driver with a nice wide stance, and I have the ball kind of on my left heel. I'm gonna aim a little left of the hole, and my goal is to splash the sand out of the bunker like that. Now you can't take a practice swing when you're playing in real golf, but I just want to show you for the video. I want the sand to actually land up there on the fringe. That's what I'm thinking about, as I'm going to hit about 2 inches behind the sand and have the sand push the ball out and the sand actually land up there on the grass. Just like that. So now my goal of getting a bogey is still alive. I got about a 7-footer for the Parmesan. Even if I miss it, I can still get a bogey and avoid the blow up hole. Now I'm very, very happy that I'm putting for par from 7 feet. I'm okay with the bogey on this hole. So look at this putt, it's uphill, it's left to right. I'm gonna aim a little bit outside that left edge, keeping in mind it's uphill, making sure that I get it there. All right, missed it on the pro side. That's a tap in bogey, no blow up hole, pretty much stress-free bogey. I'll take it. One of the best ways to break 90 more consistently is to actually play with golfers who are better than you. There was a study, I think it was done by Harvard, that we're the average of the 5 people that we hang around, like in every area of your life. If you want to make more money, hang around people making more money and you're going to pick up on their habits. It's the same with golf. Good golfers, they have certain course management. They have certain mental and emotional ways that they handle themselves around the golf course. When you play with people better than you, it just starts making you better. So my cameraman today, Ray, he shot a 70 before, he shot a 74 under the pressure of a tournament before. I want to get your opinion, how playing with better golfers, I know you've been on the professional, junior golf circuit for a while and everything. How's that impacted you?
Completely. I was actually going to bring up that point you made about the 5 most people you spend the most time with, but who you play with, it rubs off on you. I feel like when I play with worse players, a lot of the time I'm not playing my best, and when I'm playing with players who are a lot better than me, even though they're beating me, I feel like it makes me strive and outside of what I would normally play. There's
a saying of playing down to your competition. If you're shooting in the mid 90s, you're shooting around 100 and you're playing with guys that are shooting like 130, it's going to affect you. And so if you want to break 90 and you want to break it more consistently, hopefully you can find somebody who's already there and just start playing with them more often. And so it definitely has helped me. Playing with better golfers has helped me a lot. So I'm not to where I want to be. My goal is to be into the scratch golfer. So I like playing with golfers who are around scratch or even better. It makes me better. But if you want to consistently break 90, try to play at least with somebody in your group who is breaking 90. That will help.